Hi, Cody.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Great. All right, we'll get started. Ben Bolch with LA Times, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Cody.
Hey, good afternoon, Ben.
You guys are obviously on the brink of a season here with be excited about, and also an unusual situation across the world right now. What's kind of your mindset as you guys get ready to play here? Are you kind of excited and anxious at the same time, or are you able to put together kind of the worries about what's going on outside the team and just focus on basketball?
We just feel excited and super fortunate, to be able to compete with the uncertain times that are going on right now. So right now we're kind of just doing our best to make sure that everybody keeps their circle small, and we don't bring anything in our facilities. And every day we come to practice and we try to prepare for the game that's coming up. So it's been exciting, and I'm glad we're finally here where we're playing real soon.
Tracy Pearson, go ahead.
Hey, Cody. Coach Cronin was saying that you had a little injury not too long ago, like you were getting back into shape, and then that was a setback. How are you now with that injury, and how are you physically, stamina-wise, and everything like that?
Yeah, I feel great. I'm feeling great right now. I did just turn my ankle a couple weeks ago, and I was just spending a lot of time with treatment and ice and just taking care of it. But I've been back in the groove for the last few weeks, and I've been feeling great. It hasn't been bothering me at all. So I would say I'm healthy.
Mark Ziegler, go ahead.
Cody, just tell us what you know about San Diego State and how do you approach playing a team? Usually this time of year, if you're playing a mid-major team, it's not a very good team, but what do you know about them, and what's your respect level for them?
Well, just going off of what they did last season, had an amazing season. So off of that, we have a lot of respect for them. We've seen, how they play defense and how tentative they are on defense. So we're going to be prepared for that. And we know they got some new players, some scorers, playing my old teammate, Adam Senko. So, it'll be a fun game overall.
Rick Kimbrell, go ahead.
Hi, Cody. You guys had such a strong ending last season, and you really put it together. Have you been able to continue that energy into this season? And what did you work personally on in the off season to get ready for this season?
Starting off, first off, during the off season, it was really a struggle to get in gyms, around town with everything that was going on. So I really spent a lot of time, just working on myself mentally, watching a lot of film, watching habits that I had over the years that I've been here. And so for the most part, the off season was a lot of mental work, more than physical for sure. And what was your other question? Sorry. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, okay. I'm now back off mute. The question was, you guys finished very strongly, and have you been able to have that energy carry over into the off season and as you get ready for San Diego State tomorrow, or Wednesday rather?
Oh yeah, definitely. In practice, we know where we're at last year at the end of the season. So we're really just trying to build on that momentum, believing in ourselves, believing in our whole team, believing in playing together as one, as a unit. So we're really just trying to build off of that momentum.
Tracy, go ahead.
Hey, Cody, compared to last season, going into last season, with having Mick Cronin as your new coach going into your first year, how different do you feel personally in knowing what he wants from you, knowing how to play in his low post offense, and overall how the team feels, a difference between this year and going into last year?
Difference between last year and this year is definitely experience with Coach Cronin. It took us a minute to kind of get the ball rolling last year. And like I said before, we had a lot of momentum towards the end of the season. So just having the experience with Coach Cronin, his playing style, his intensity that he has is all being developed within our team, in the core of our team. So I'll say that's the biggest part, is just adjusting and already knowing what he expects and already knowing the offense and already being comfortable with the whole process that we have with Coach Cronin.
Okay, last couple here for Cody. Ben, go ahead.
I'm imagining you probably watched the NBA bubble in those games. Did you kind of visualize what it might be like for you to play in an arena like that with no fans?
Oh yeah, definitely. They were definitely, setting the pathway for us. We're just looking at how they were, interacting with the environment with no fans. And, it was interesting to see that. I felt like personally, it was more team basketball, and, it felt like a different energy as far as the way they're playing on the court with each other. So I kind of took that away from it, and just saw that how we play in practice, I feel like it'll be more similar to how we play in the game, just because there'll be no fans. So, it won't be anybody else but us in the gym. So I feel like definitely watch them and let them lead the way, the pros.
All right, final question here for Cody. Mike Regalado.
Hey, Cody. Specifically in the second half of last year, you improved, individually in a lot of stats. I believe rebounds, field goal percentage, and even free throw percentage. How is that? Has that continued to improve? And on top of that, what else do you see that you have improved on that will be a weapon for the Bruins this year?
Yeah, when we came back to the facility about a month or two maybe, it was just great to get back in the routines of things, continue to develop on my free throw shooting, continue to develop my low post skills and use my body around the basket in the low post. And I feel like I'll be able to pick up. I'm hoping to be able to pick up where we left off at last season, and, continue to just, play the game the right way at the end of the day. That's all it is. And just continue learning and continue to develop throughout this season.
All right, that'll do it. Thanks so much, Cody.
But I appreciate it. Thank you.
Coming up next, we'll have Jules Bernard. Again, please use the raise hand function at the bottom of your screen.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, we will go ahead and get started here. Ben Volch, go ahead.
Hey, Jules.
How's it going, Ben?
Good. Hey, I saw you and Ralph's the 2 days after the Pac-12 tournament got canceled. How weird what has this whole thing been, and how much has it kind of increased your hunger level having your season in like that to get back out there and play?
It was super weird. Obviously we haven't experienced anything like that. But, just having the game taken away from us, it sort of helps you realize how much you appreciate the game. A lot of gyms were being closed down, so it was hard to even find somewhere to shoot. Even parks were closed down. So, we've been itching at it, trying to get back on the court, and then we finally got back, started working out, and now we're practicing. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been great, and it definitely feels good to get back on the court and playing with the team.
The people talk about picking up where you left off. I know it sounds like a cliche, but if you guys are able to do that, going 11-3 down the stretch there, do you feel like you guys are in position to do that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if we, the way we played at the end of the year last year, I think it was because we were extremely mentally tough. We knew that we had to win games, and we knew that we had to play defense and focus the whole 40 minutes. So I think that's a big reason why we had that streak at the end. So if we can just focus and play basketball the way we did at the end of the year, I think we have a good chance of, continuing that sort of hot streak and continuing playing like that. But it's just all mental, being mentally tough. Coach talks about that a lot.
Mike Regalado.
Hey, Jules, you seem to, towards the end of last year, really take on a defensive stance and try to target, the team's best player. Are you continuing with that, or how much pride did you take in that, and what can we see from your defense this year?
Yeah, I think defense is a big part. I have tools that can make me a really good defender. Being a long athlete, from the guard position. So I'm just trying to, help the team, especially because I think when we win most of our games, I think we have pretty good defensive games. So I'm just trying to do my part, being a great defender, stopping the best player, and eventually, hopefully, if we do those in certain games, stop their best players, play collective defense, I think we can win a lot of games. But it starts with someone taking the lead on defense. So I try my best to be the best defender that I can be.
Mark Ziegler?
Hey, Jules, I can't remember the exact stat, but I think this is something like the first time in 70 or 80 years that UCLA has opened on the road in a non-conference game against Southern California opponent in their gym. What are your thoughts on that? Something UCLA usually doesn't do, or do you just not consider this a real road game?
Well, given the situation, I know it's a little different. I feel like the coaches, Coach Cronin and San Diego State's coaching staff, I'm sure they had good reasoning for, making putting the game at San Diego State. But at the end of the day, as players, we just want to play games. So wherever it is, whether it's UCLA, San Diego, wherever, we just want to play. So we're super excited. It's different, but it's still an opportunity to play basketball, which is what we love to do.
Rick, go ahead.
Hi, Jules. Kind of piggybacking with Ben and Mike, Coach Cronin has talked specifically about you becoming one of the better, if not the best defender on the team. Will you talk to us about that mentality and also that energy at the end of last season that helped you guys become 11-3? Have you been able to carry over that energy into preseason practice and be ready to go against San Diego State?
Yeah, I think we went through struggles early on, and then we sort of realized the things that helped us win, and a lot of those things were on defense. So I think the point where we realized that's when we started winning. And so now that we know those things that helped us win, I think we've sort of carried it on into this preseason. And, we're still working. We had a long hiatus and a long break, but we're still working. This past 2 months have been great. We've been going at it every day in practice. So we're just trying to focus on those things, especially on defense, that helped us win. And we're trying to carry it from last year into this year.
Any final questions here for Jules?
Yeah,
Rick, go ahead.
and what does it take? What's your mentality as a defender? You really have taken pride in that, but talk to us. What does it take? It's kind of selfless a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me personally, I think I think the ability to stop the person from doing what they want to do on the court sort of gives you a sort of mental advantage in the game. Just knowing that they're trying to put the ball in the hole and you're stopping them from doing that. So I think that gives a very strong mental edge in the game. So, just me taking pride in that, stopping my man, and then, trying, if someone else needs help on defense, being there and help, just sort of taking the other team out of what they normally do, that sort of picks our morale up and sort of, gives us more confidence to make plays, especially on the offensive end. We get stops on defense and it's leading to fast break points. So just knowing that you can take a team out of the game just on the defensive end, that's where that sort of pride comes in, and you really have to mentally lock in. So that's what I try to do.
Final question here for Jules. Mark, go ahead.
Jules, what can you tell us about what you know about San Diego State and what kind of challenge this is going to be?
Well, having Coach Palmer on our staff helps a lot, since he used to coach on that staff, on San Diego State staff. So he's let us know that they're a very physical team. They're tough on defense. They're going to fight through handoffs and be physical, bump you and stuff like that. They're good on the offensive boards. They're an overall physical team, and there's a reason why they're good on on their home floor, because, you know, they play strong, they play physical, they play smart, and they don't let people have easy offensive games on their court. So we know that coming in, we know they're going to be a tough-minded team, and we just have to sort of, you know, be mentally tough, play defense. We know that, you know, coming into the game and scoring 90 points is you know, it's possible, but it's not realistic. You know, we know they're a great defensive team, so we have to win this game, you know, playing defense, making smart plays, and getting out in transition. So, but just knowing that they're a mentally tough team and physical on defense that's what the biggest thing right now.
All right, that'll do it. Thanks so much, Jules.
Thank you.